everybody, Duel666 here, back for the June 29th, 2020 DVD Blu-ray update. Got lots of cool stuff as usual, so we're going to get right down to business. And as usual, I don't have a lighter here. Cheers, everybody. Alright, well, the first thing we got going on here is the Gallows from 2015. Yeah, that was a good one. So anyways, this is kind of like a found footage slasher thing from Blumhouse, kind of set in like a high school thing. There's like a curse on this play or something. Somebody was murdered on, on the stage at some point, back in the day. But I really liked the formula. The whole concept of it was really cool. I just felt like for a Blumhouse release, it kind of fell short. But really not bad. Definitely worth a watch. So, that's the Gallows. And I might have a really bad glare with this camera. But, get a little closer. Good lord, that's a bad glare. I'm gonna have to correct that. But, anyways, first one. Next one, we have the Vampire's Assistant. Pretty cool stuff. John C. Reilly. It's pretty campy, almost cringy, Cartoon Network-y sort of stuff, but, plenty of naughty language and other, action-y sort of stuff. So, not too bad. Yeah. I think it was based on a book. Yeah, The Vampire's Assistant. Not too bad. I'll give that probably like a 7 out of 10. Next up, got the Purge. First 3 of them. I'm just going to go through the 3 of them. Me and my wife had seen the first 2, but this is the first time we got around to seeing Election Year. So, the first one's like, pretty damn good. I like the concept. We saw that one in theaters, and, it had a pretty good impact on me, I think. The second one, I felt, was definitely, it kind of stepped it up as far as the action, but I feel like the plot sort of fell out here and there. I just, I feel like, the budget behind these movies, things like this are, they tend to happen, but the storyline just kind of dropped out for both of them, in my opinion. Third one I thought was pretty bizarre. It seemed to be, like kind of a political fucking flex, but, I mean, obviously, it's called Election Year, but, I just felt like there was a lot of really cringy dialogue in that movie, and, for whatever reasons, it just didn't really sit well with me. It just wasn't my cup of tea. Stylistically, it was just very, very lacking. Felt like the acting was definitely at its lowest point in the series so far. But watching all 3 of them together was definitely a good time. So it's the Purge. It is what it is. Big name horror. Next one we got, actually the next 2 we got, I'll show them both at the same time because they're both the 5th installments in their series. Got Critters Attack and Tremors 5, Bloodlines. Talk about Critters first. So Critters Attack is a pretty fucking cool movie. Probably the best sequel to Critters I've seen, actually. I thought this was plenty of the original Critters style, tinged with the new modern sort of casting. It was pretty charming for what it was, and I feel like they really, they kept the integrity of the first film, totally intact with this. So, Critters Attack, really cool. Then Tremors 5. I have to say that this is probably the weakest installment I've seen of Tremors. I think that there's installments after this, but I haven't picked those up yet or seen them. But upon, viewing this one just a few weeks ago, I think I was pretty, underwhelmed with it. Still not a bad time, pretty funny one-liners here and there, and, there's a decent amount of action. It's just, it's Tremors, like, it's not bringing anything really new to the table anytime soon, I don't think. So I'll check with the new sequels and whatnot, but, this was definitely, not my favorite, for sure. Still worth a watch, though. Plenty of fun. Got a few Blu-rays now. First one, gotta give a shout out to my man in San Marcos, Dan the Sandman. He parted with his original Blu-ray copy of Idle Hands and gave that to me after he just got his collection edition. So thank you very much, Dan. Fucking good to see you. A few days back, I think, maybe just last week, but yeah, we were hanging out. So I'm gonna throw his channel link down below. You can go check that shit out. You definitely should if you haven't already. He's doing killer reviews and all sorts of horror, you know, shenanigans and whatnot. We'll probably be collabing at some point, so yeah, give Dan some love. But anyways, getting on to Idle Hands. You know, I'd seen this a long, long time ago, but I'd never really had a copy of it. So I didn't really, you know, gain too much attachment to it through my whole life, but Dan really loved it. I could see why. It's pretty damn charming for what it is. It's about as 90s as it gets. Took me back to my childhood, you know, just the way things looked in that day. It was very, very nostalgic for sure. And overall, like, it's a pretty damn funny movie as well. Plenty of action and gore and shit. It is what it is. Idle Hands, man. Check that shit out if you haven't. Also, when we were out in San Marcos hanging out with Dan, we went to Fry's Electronics and I picked up my first Arrow release Blu-rays. Microwave Massacre from '83. This is a pretty funny ass film. It's a short little doozy, but you know, if you're into really, really sleazy, low budget '80s stuff like this, definitely gotta. This is a must. Really, really cool to have this as my first Arrow release in the collection. So there's that. Next up, we've got The Forest here. This is a pretty damn cool movie about the suicide forest in Japan. Probably the best one I've seen, you know, constructed around that premise. Very, very brooding, good direction and whatnot. Acting is not bad at all. Like, I thought this was actually pretty damn creepy. I definitely recommend it. The Forest, 2018. Check that shit out. Gonna hit this real quick. Next up, got Black Swan from 2010. And I've actually been waiting to see this for a very long time. Me and my wife watched it a few weeks back. It's one of the first Blu-rays I actually bought, like, ever. So, and it was, like I said, I've been waiting a long time to watch it. For some reason, I just put it off for years and years to the point that I almost forgot about it. But I'm glad I finally picked it up because this was so good. I really don't have any complaints with it. I don't even want to give anything away as far as the plot or anything like that. But superb directing, fantastic acting, totally cool premise, and the whole thing was just very well executed in my opinion. I'm a big fan of this movie now. So you should definitely check out Black Swan. Next up, I'm going to get back to a few more DVDs. I got another one of these little sleeve $2 DVDs from it's probably Family Dollar or Dollar General or something like that. This one's Chupacabra versus the Alamo, and this has got Eric Estrada, so it's pretty damn cheesy, man. Of course, he's playing a fucking cop, and you know, there's tons of CGI fucking Chupacabras swarming college students or high school students or whatever, but it's pretty fun, you know, for what it is. I'm not sure even who released this. It's probably from the Asylum, though, by the looks of it. Next up, got a weird one from the 70s here. This one's called Piranha from 1972. This is a pretty weird movie. This guy kind of picks up these people and takes them out into the wilderness and then poaches them. I guess the way I watched this movie, the plot didn't seem to unwind that way. This was definitely a very strange one from the 70s. Lots of motorcycle chases and just bizarre, stupid scenes for no reason. So tread lightly, but I had, you know, enough fun with this. So check it out, Piranha. I think it's called Piranha somewhere, and other places it's called Piranha, but yeah, 1972, that's when this one came out. And this is going to be the last one for the update. From 1979, Tourist Trap. This is a really, really fucking creepy movie. Like this, I feel like I've seen this really, really early on because some of the imagery seemed really like embedded in my mind when I saw it. It just took me back to Nam, you know. So, like I said, this is probably the creepiest PG movie I've ever fucking seen in my life. Like it's really out there, man. The props they use in this movie and organic effects, it's absolutely terrifying if you're just like, you know, if it's embedded in your head like it is for me, man, I think this is a pretty damn creepy movie. And, you know, for the year that it came out, I think that it's pretty stylish and timeless for what it is, man. So definitely check out Tourist Trap. Probably my second favorite, like, Full Moon, like, affiliates fucking release, man. Like, second only to Dolls, I would say. So that's it for the DVD Blu-ray update. We got a few other things we're going to talk about real quick before we say goodbye. Let me get to that, because I can't remember shit. Anyway, like I said before, if you didn't do it already, you should do it right now. The links are going to be down there for everything I'm about to mention. Go give Dan the Sandman some fucking love on his channel. And then I'm also going to have some more links down there for my bands, you know, music videos, demos, whatever the fuck. So all that link is going to be down there as well if you want to check that out. And also I wanted to mention that I'm not going to just be doing DVD updates and the overviews and the Q videos. Like, I'm definitely, you know, working on some different ideas. We're going to, you know, do some music stuff. Some more, you know, directly just like tours of the house, perhaps. I don't know. We're going to be thinking of some other stuff to be talking about as well. So we'll get to that, but give it time. Things are kind of going slow, but, you know, it's good to be back. I hope everyone's well, and that's about it. Hope everyone takes care and stays safe out there. Until next time, Duel 666 out. Keep on creeping.